Hi, I'm Matthew Rose. I work for Quintadena Limited. We're based out of Birmingham in the UK. We are the world's leading QuoteWerks solutions partner, and we use QuoteWerks ourselves. During the very early stages of Quintadena, we were actually using a combination of Microsoft Word and Excel to be producing our proposals and quotes that would go out to the customer. We found that was completely unmanageable. We have a number of people raising quotes in multiple locations. And whether you got a quote from Paul, you got a quote from me, you got a quote from Mark, what the customer received could have looked completely different. Bringing that all into QuoteWerks allowed for a consistent look and feel in terms of the output and what's presented to the customer. In terms of the number one benefit that we find from QuoteWerks, it's simply the sharing of information. Again, using our Microsoft Word documents, again with us spread over multiple locations, we were never quite sure which was the latest revision because colleagues might have to pick up proposals and run with them from there. And we had problems with no one knowing what the latest revision was. Had anyone actually sent this document to the customer? Introducing all that into QuoteWerks made the whole process much more traceable and much more transparent. Thanks to the new, much deeper integration with the ConnectWise tool for IT companies, Quintadena have actually made the decision to implement ConnectWise ourselves, which again is quite a big decision. But now we can build our quote within QuoteWerks, we can link it to ConnectWise, where we can log our opportunities, we can log our follow-up calls, we can link the document against the Documents tab in ConnectWise. We've now got much more traceability across the business, and everyone within our business knows what's the next step. In my role, getting involved with technical support and on-site and online demonstrations, QuoteWerks certainly does surprise me. We have a wide range of users in the UK, ranging from pharmaceutical sectors, audio-visual, promotional products, people in the IT sector, tree surgeons, electricians, the list goes on. And they've all got really different requirements of what they need to be getting out of a quoting solution. So during the demonstrations, they'll give me one or two scenarios, and I can instantly react on the fly. So QuoteWerks is an off-the-shelf package at an off-the-shelf price, but can really be customised to work for your business as it does for ours. One specific example of where QuoteWerks achieved us a sale directly is when a customer asked us to revise a quote. They wanted to add a couple of new users, they wanted to add some more training time, they wanted a bit more detail. We took those details from them and we got that revision to them in their email inbox within 2 minutes. That impressed them so greatly, because for them taking revisions in their business was taking an absolute minimum 2 hours to get the necessary information to be ringing up their suppliers for pricing. That was so powerful to them, seeing that we could get their document to them within 2 minutes. They directly related that to their business, and QuoteWerks was the obvious choice. With other applications that people perhaps are using, or legacy applications that they were using, they were having downtimes of sometimes, in some cases, over a day, where they couldn't use their application because it was being upgraded, moved databases, moved from one location to another, whatever it may be. With QuoteWerks, it's absolutely simple. It doesn't need to be complex. And with all those updates that do come out, you can be getting the benefit of those new features into your business very quickly indeed. In terms of return upon investment, again, QuoteWerks is probably one of the quickest ways in your business that you'll get that ROI. One of our customers who use QuoteWerks in the jewellery quarter near us in Birmingham, were using literally an order book. They were writing in there, they were never actually chasing their quotes. Now, using the reporting feature in QuoteWerks, they now spend half an hour on a Monday morning going ahead and just ringing up quotes that are outstanding. They converted 2 quotes that they otherwise wouldn't have got, literally because they picked up the phone and chased that quote. that paid for their entire QuoteWerks project. So their ROI was 2 weeks. Again, pretty extreme example, but the ROI with QuoteWerks is very, very quick indeed. What we find, and indeed what potential users of QuoteWerks are telling us, is that the software can be absolutely the best software on the market, but if you haven't got the people behind it, they're not eager to invest both the time and the resource into implementing a solution. With QuoteWerks, there are partners all over the UK, all over Europe, all over the world. We also have got a very, very close relationship with Aspire Technologies, the developers of QuoteWerks. There's always someone that you can speak to. As part of my job, I sometimes go out to client sites and do demonstrations in front of 4 or 5 people. And almost in all cases, they'll ask me to go away and raise a proposal. Because I've got access to QuoteWerks on my laptop, I can say, if you give me 5 minutes, I'll raise it for you now. So instead of me having to go away, perhaps if I'm spending 2 or 3 days out on the road, they might have forgotten about QuoteWerks. They're not having that buzz of being through that demonstration and really seeing how QuoteWerks could benefit their business. In some cases, I've been on site, done the demonstration, built the quote, discussed it with them, got the order there and then. We've got users of QuoteWerks who are doing just that. So again, it's very powerful to be able to do that in front of them. They're really then seeing how QuoteWerks would perhaps be used in their business. By using QuoteWerks, there's no way we could have done that using Word or Excel documents. By using QuoteWerks, it allows us to get that order in a much more timely manner. If you're running your business like we were, and a number of our clients of QuoteWerks were, you'll be constantly double entering, copying and pasting, navigating through folders to find the right bit of information about your client's quotes or proposals. You're typing out the same sentences over and over again. Dear Jim, please find attached your quote as requested. If you have any queries, don't hesitate. All those sentences that you might be typing out over and over again, ringing up your suppliers for pricing, on an hourly basis. Bringing all that information to QuoteWerks will make your job easier. It'll allow you to get your quote out in a much more timely manner. It'll make your business much more streamlined, much more efficient, and you can then be concentrating on building those relationships with your clients. We as a business, we don't want to be bogged down spending, half an hour simply working our bubbles and raising our quotes. We want to be having conversations with people. We want to be spending time online, speaking with people about how they're using QuoteWerks, what benefits that could they be getting out of using 1 or 2 new features. We want to be building relationships with our clients, and using QuoteWerks allows us to do just that. Another example was how companies are using QuoteWerks to do exactly what they were doing previously, but they can now do it in 10 or 15% of the time that it was taking previously. This is where they were including the equivalent of cover page and literature documents to really help sell the business as well as the solution to that they were offering. And one of the lines that they gave us, which was absolutely excellent, using QuoteWerks cover page and literature documents answers the customer's questions before they even realise what those questions are. So it removes multiple phone calls, it removes multiple emails going backwards and forwards. It gives the customer everything that they want to know without any more time. Thanks to implementing QuoteWerks, where quotes previously for them were taking half an hour, 40 minutes, they've now automated a lot of that, and they're getting that down into 3 or 4 minutes. Time savings of 80 or 90% with QuoteWerks in some businesses are very, very realistic indeed. And getting time savings of 50 or 60% are routine. Using QuoteWerks makes your job easier.